Well, kids, we can't go a single goddamn day without talking about this election, which is now a week old, and it should be old enough to fly on the Lolita Express with Bill Clinton, but that's neither here nor there. So, first off, we're going to start with the Project Veritas. They literally just dropped this, not but what, fucking 45 minutes ago, probably about an hour by the time that I'm done touching up the video. But, yeah, before we get into this, I just want to highlight the fact that there's a guy who says that he's the shield destroyer and he has a Bernie Sanders logo in his profile picture. Just somebody with a negative level of self-awareness. Anyways, I won't subject you to this guy's voice here, but he is the original whistleblower when it comes to backdating mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania. No, he was pressured by his superiors at the post office, and he eventually just was like, fuck it, I'll just drop the pretense, and then he came forward. And now it gets even goofier because he had a federal agent come down to the post office and question him, and we'll walk through what they had to say in the interrogation, sort of. Alright, so, okay, this is a storm. This is what Russell Strasser, USPS Office of IG official. IG means Inspector General. Okay, this storm is getting crazy, right? It's out of a lot of people's control, and so the reason they called me in is to try to harness that storm, to try to reel it back in before it gets real crazy. Because we have senators involved, we have the Department of Justice involved, we have Trump's lawyers teams gotten a hold of me, is what Richard Hopkins had to say. Now back to Strasser here. I'm trying to twist you a little bit because in that, believe it or not, so he's already saying that he's trying to put pressure on him in order to make him change his story. How very legal of you. This is where it gets fucking creepy. We like to control our mind. And when we do that, we convince ourselves of a memory. But when you're under a little bit of stress, which is what I'm doing to you purposefully, your mind can be a little bit clearer. And we're going to do a different exercise too to make your mind a little bit clearer. But this is all on purpose. So yeah, he's trying to stress test his story, and fucking weird, I suppose. Why is this fucking mail collector not, calling for his lawyer or a lawyer or anything like that? I don't know if this point, because he's been put on administrative leave. So, this is getting really fucking goofy. And the fact that, they know that the walls are closing in, I'm talking about the USPS here, there's something really off about this for sure. So going back to Strasser, I'm not scaring you, but I am scaring you, which is not what you do in an interrogation, okay? You're not trying to fucking scare people, you're trying to get the correct information out there. So feel free to watch the entire video. If it hasn't been pulled down, it should be up on their YouTube page, and if that gets pulled down, I don't know, that's all the information there. I didn't leave anything out for you. I just chopped off the preamble there to begin with, which I think I've covered every video that they've dropped so far in regards to this Pennsylvania Richard Strasser, whatever the fuck his name is here. Richard Hopkins, so many dicks in this situation. I know. So yeah, the fact that some attorney general or inspector general is taking this very seriously and coming down, yeah, there's got to be something to this. And, Trump keeps tweeting out the fact that there's more to come because there's a lot of, more verifiable cases of ballots being fucked up in Pennsylvania. Michigan, there's a new lawsuit in Michigan, but we'll cover that tomorrow because right now it's all just kind of vague and opaque. Nothing's really been filed at the moment, and I don't want to bore you again with a whole bunch of different fucking legal mumbo jumbo that might not go anywhere. So we'll compile all that stuff and we'll throw it into tomorrow's bucket because we got some fucking more weird pressure getting put on people. People that definitely don't deserve it. Okay, because yesterday or a couple days ago, I did the video on AOC and her creating a list of people that need to repent for their sins by supporting President Trump. And then at the same time, a staffer for Pete Buttigieg created that Trump Accountability Project. Well, now CNN is just going above and beyond here. As you might be able to see here in the little picture, but we'll go down into the article here. GOP senators who haven't congratulated Biden, they literally, okay, I've said this, I think I made my case in a video where the media was constantly trying to get President Trump to condemn white supremacy. It's one of those things where you need to say their words whenever they want you to, and that is something that is pernicious and a sign of an evil individual. I don't use that term lightly, but when somebody is demanding you do something that you don't necessarily agree with because, hey, the only people who have actually called this election or have made any sort of declaration on the outcome so far has been the media. You take a look at Real Clear Politics right now, and in fact, you know what? I'll go ahead and pull that up for you. We all know that the magic number is 270, right, in order to be president-elect. Well, take a look. They pulled Pennsylvania off the map this morning, so Real Clear Politics, which is a left-leaning institution, they aren't even calling Joe Biden whatever the fuck they were going to call him, presumptive, all of those new words to describe how Joe Biden should be referred to. Well, as of right now, he is Democratic candidate for president, and I think that's about as good as it's going to get. But anyways, back to the CNN blacklist, as it were. CNN is taking names of those who have yet to offer their congratulations to Joe Biden as president-elect. The left-wing station broadcast the tally of those senators, all Republican, to shame the elected officials for not extending a warm welcome. Because we want unity, goddammit! CNN is not the only organization to start making a list of those unpalatable GOP politicians who supported President Trump and still do. This comes from after the New York Congress thing. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, yes, called for a blacklist of Trump sycophants. Boy, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this to flip. I still have extremely high hopes, but you know what? I've also come clean to the fact that, this could still end up being a reality, but I really have quite a bit of faith in the fact that the SCOTUS is going to have to eventually levy their decision on the situation, and oh boy, is there a lot of skeletons in their closet, for especially on Joe Biden and Kamala Harris especially. So they're not likely to do anything that would ingratiate them to the Supreme Court right now, and then after that it would have to go down to specific House delegations, which in most of these states Republicans control the state houses. So oopsie daisy. If this gets as illegal as it probably will, it's going to be term 2 here, folks. Anyways. So it continues to say here, to which the Trump Accountability Project responded that it had been actively archiving the names of individuals who elected, served, funded, supported, and represented the president, recorded in an extensive Google Sheet document. That means you know that it's got to be official. If it's a Google Doc, like, come on, who can make those? Anyways, following Ocasio-Cortez's rallying cry, CNN's own male mannequin, Jake Tapper, piled on with a warning that Trump aides battling the president's legal case could see their job opportunities vanish. Let's see if that tweet is still up. Yeah, here we go. I truly sympathize with those dealing with losing. It's not easy. But at a certain point, one has to think not only about what's best for the nation, peaceful transfer of power, but how any future employers might see your character defined during adversity. What a fucking creepy thing to tweet out there. Like, honestly, people will be watching this, and depending on how you bend the knee is how your future job prospects might be. Well, I intend on working for myself for the rest of my life, so tough titties, Jake. Your scare tactics ain't gonna work on me, at least. On Tuesday, the Lincoln Project doxed 2 Trump lawyers, and that's where we're gonna end the video here. By taking a look, the Lincoln Project doxes 2 Trump lawyers, vows to dox their clients too, because these pieces of shit are a special type of cretin. Honestly, just 4 unfuckable individuals on stage there. Well, other than by their own party and beliefs, but dude, I seen this morning, and the fact that the original tweet was up for hours before Twitter, I think, pulled it down. Maybe they had to delete it. I don't know, but it wasn't flagged. And like it describes in this article here, it was pretty fucking sick, to be honest. The Lincoln Project is doxing people for doing their jobs. Yeah, exactly. On Tuesday, they posted the names and contact information for 2 attorneys who are assisting in the legal battles to make sure every legal vote in Pennsylvania is counted. They listed 2 attorneys, posted their photos, their phone numbers, their personal phone numbers, by the way, and wrote, "Here are the 2 attorneys attempting to help Trump overturn the will of the Pennsylvanian people." Yeah, by stopping the Democrats from turning over the cemeteries, but whatever. "Make them famous," they wrote alongside with a skull and crossbones pirate flag emoji. Because they're fucking preteens using emojis and tweets. What are you, 12? Yeah, and here was, okay, they had their names and then their phone numbers. I seen the original tweet there, and yeah, this is fucking disgusting, to be completely honest. The fact that they would go to the law firm pages and get their photos. I'm firmly stand behind the post-millennial and whatever they do here, but yeah, I'm glad that they at least put up a screenshot and properly, kept private information private. For the fact that, yeah, these lawyers are legally doing their job. I don't get it. I don't get what made them so fucking butthurt. You broke our neocon toy, so now we're just going to make your life and everybody who's around you very, very tough because... What's their end game? I still have yet to figure it out. Once they sicked the internet on the lawyers, they decided that another great, if illegal idea, would be to target the lawyers' clients. If they were unable to stop the lawsuits, and they are unable to directly stop the lawyers, they will use their weight to threaten the lawyers' clients, and therefore their livelihoods. This is cancel culture in real fucking time. The Lincoln Project doesn't just want these lawyers to stop doing their job, they want them out of a job altogether. Like, there was another tweet that I seen out there that the Lincoln Project, I don't know why they still have a Twitter page or why they even have a following whatsoever. I think most of it is just have to make sure that these idiots don't do anything completely retarded so we don't have to report on it. But when they do something so outlandishly stupid, you just have to broadcast their idiocy. That's why it's very important to make sure that you aren't just saying the name AOC every once in a while like a boogeyman, because the less people hear from her, the better, because she says stupid shit on an hourly basis. And I'm sure that there are some channels out there that report to do the news and only just read AOC's Twitter feed, because it is full on grade level hot takes, because this bitch is as dumb as a fucking sack of rocks. The Lincoln Project, which uses the slogan, "You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today." Wow, that is right up there with "to each according to his needs, to each according to his abilities." If you know where that's from, you know where this is from. It was founded as a joint effort between Never Trump Republicans and idiots. Oh, and leftists. It says Democrats, but I hesitate to put that. Who want desperately to see Trump out of office, and for their avarice uncle to just apologize. They have released ads in opposition to Trump exhibiting their Trump derangement syndrome on a national television, numerous articles to proclaim Orange Man bad. Yeah, and I've cataloged all of their efforts extensively, like the stupid fucking slanderous, defamatory billboards that they have in New York City, as well as they put them on... I'll give them points for creativity, actually. They put them on barges and floated them outside Mar-a-Lago, which wouldn't ingratiate anybody who's on the beach, because in case you guys forgot, because Election Day, which is still going on, by the way, is a week old at this point, and Florida went convincingly to the Republicans, so money lost. I don't know how they're still in business, because the Democrats don't like them. AOC has on several occasions called them out as just being grifters, and everybody who ever responds to their stuff is basically saying in as many words that you're going to be first to the guillotines. So I don't know who their base is. I don't know. They're such an enigma that I'm constantly dragged back into everything that they do, because it confounds me on a level that very few things do. Like, they think that Trump's a traitor for taking over and actually winning a primary, which I know when you look across the aisle and you see that everybody else on the Democratic side don't win primaries, they just get ascended to the throne over there. But when you see somebody who actually went through the primary process and beat 17 other individuals in order to, become the Republican nominee, maybe you get envious of that system and you want to fix the Republican system so it just becomes a neocon appointing thing. I don't know. I'm just spitballing at this point, because I don't get them. I don't like them. There's nothing that they could do to well, I'm sure there are things that they could do to become a little bit more palatable in my mind, but the way that they've been acting in the past month or so has been reprehensible to the point of no return, honestly. Like a 99% chance, like a Biden shot in the White House chance of actually, surviving past this election cycle, because it just spells bad news for them regardless of who wins. Because, okay, if Trump ends up overturning all this stuff, what are they just going to continue to triple and quadruple down on their fucking Trump derangement syndrome when the GOP is going to be totally 100% galvanized, which they are remarkably good at doing right now, with the exception of Mitt Romney, but Mitt Romney's like a life exception. And if Joe Biden wins, they've been fairly well kicked out of the Democrats group. So, who the hell knows? I don't know what their end game is. But I think it's important for you to understand that there are terrible people. If you are left-leaning, you can be a terrible person on the internet. And, meanwhile, if you put shit like hammer, scorecard, say anything about fraud and ballots in the exact same tweet, you get everything flagged. Or if you put, for whatever stupid reason, if you put fucking COVID in the title of any of your videos, they immediately get tagged and deranked. So that's a little heads up to any other fellow creators out there who have taken the time to watch any of my content. And hey, like I said before, and I haven't said today, I really appreciate everybody out there, because over 80 now, hopefully. Man, that's fucking crazy shit. So I thank you all very, very much. And yeah, that's enough ramble for today here. Let's see. To wrap this all up, Lincoln Project can go suck a dick. CNN can go suck a dick. And the Inspector General for the USPS, your fucking service has sucked a dick for decades now at this point. So you got some catching up to do here, CNN and Lincoln Project. I don't anticipate you being around for the next couple of decades anyways. But I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.